Hi, everybody. Welcome to Nut Butters 101 with Jill Inderstroat. I'm Jill, and I'm here to talk to you about how to mix up your nut butter if it is severely separated, as is in the case with many natural nut butters. So this is if you buy the jar at the store where the oil is sitting on top, so not like a Jif. Here we have a Simple Truth Kroger brand almond butter smooth. And it even says to give it a stir so you know. So I don't know if you can tell here, but there's a nice layer of oil sitting on top of the nut butter. All you need are a couple of things in order to mix your nut butter. And I've had this question from a lot of people. How do I get it to mix up? Well, I eat a lot of nut butter, and so I do a lot of mixing. And I found that the best way is a super simple way. You need a hand mixer, and then you need this little attachment. I believe it is for bread. I have only ever used it for nut butters. And so you attach your mixing piece. Okay, we test it to make sure that it's gonna work. And you simply dig it into the nut butter container and turn it on really low. You don't want it on high. Really low. You've got to hold that jar of nut butter really tight. And you simply I use some clockwise, and then I'll also use some counterclockwise motions. Now, one thing that I like to even do, and this can get a little messy, one thing that I even like to do is take out a knife and then dig around the sides, because a lot of times the separated matter, that nut matter, can end up down in the bottom, in the corners. Okay, I don't want to waste this. And then maybe give it one quick whirl. And you're all done. You've got super thick, non-oily, perfectly mixed nut butter. Now, I've had some people ask me how many times I have to do this per jar. Now, I eat a lot of nut butter, so I'll probably finish this off in a couple of days. But if you're not like me and you eat an average amount of nut butter, then you should not have to mix your jar again. The only exception that I find with this is tahini, because sometimes it'll take me a couple of months to use an entire jar of tahini. But if you shouldn't, I would say that if it takes you some weeks or even a month to eat a jar of nut butter, you shouldn't have to do this again. So this is Nut Butter 101 with Jill Inderstroat. I hope that you have a great time mixing nut butter up in quarantine.